Hi there, my name is David, and on my channel we're going to learn software development and how to make it look beautiful and user-friendly. Quick tips and longer tutorials sprinkled throughout. If that sounds good to you, please subscribe so you can get more videos like this every week. At the very least, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And on this video, as you can see, we're going to be learning how to do this micro interaction with this hamburger menu. I haven't had the chance to build micro interactions on a client project, so I was really excited to learn how to do this. So I'm going to do this on CodePen, and I'm just going to make a blank pen, no HTML preprocessors or anything like that, no CSS preprocessors, but we'll just normalize and add in some auto prefixer. JavaScript, I'm just going to use Babel, so I could use a arrow function, and that is it. And so for our HTML, we're just going to make one wrapper. We'll give it a class of wrapper. And we're going to use a button for our hamburger button. We'll give that a class of menu. And our hamburger lines are just going to be spans. We're actually going to need 4 of them. That is 5. There we go, 4. And in terms of HTML, that is it. Now we could just jump straight into the CSS. Let's select our wrapper, and we'll do display flex to bring our button into the center. Great. And then we'll select our hamburger button, and let's take away these default styles so we can start with a clean slate. So we'll do border none and padding 0, margin 0, because I think the default button has padding and margin a little bit. Okay, and this is also going to be a position relative, because we want to be able to position our hamburger lines correctly. And let's give it a width and a height. So we'll do width, let's do 40 pixels. Actually, let's do, I want it to be wider, more wide than it is tall. And we'll do 40. Okay. And now let's select the hamburger lines, and we will give it a height. Let's do 9 pixels. Width is going to be 100%, because we want it to span the entire width of this button. And I'll actually give this a display of block. And it's going to be position absolute. Let's give it a background color. Forgot the colon there. Let's give it a background color of this. That color, I found that on Slack. That was the Slack menu color, which I kind of liked. All right, so now you could see our span, and you could see a button here. It's outlined. Let's give it some margin. Okay. There we go. Now we got to position our spans because they're all just stacked on top of each other. So let's use the nth child selector. Select the very first one. and we'll give that a top of 0. There we go. And let's do the same for the rest. So 2 and 3, we want them to be stacked on top of each other in the center to give that animation effect. Okay, and now let's select the last one, which is going to be the 4th one, and we'll put that on the bottom. Okay, so this is in the center. So let's make this a little bit taller. All right, now we got our spans all lined up like a hamburger button. Now what we got to do is make this top one disappear and shrink into the center, make the bottom one disappear and shrink into the center as well. And then we're going to take these 2 spans and rotate them so they look like an X. And what we'll do is we'll give a transition from the transform property of 0.25 seconds, and we'll use the ease in out function. I think that will work. There we go. And what we need to do is we need to know when it is pressed or not. So I'm going to add some JavaScript, and let me select the button first. So I'm using the query selector, and we're selecting it by the class. We got our menu, and then I'm going to add an event listener. So when I click it, I want to fire an event, a function. And in this function, I have access to this event here. And on the event, we'll get the current target, which will be the button. And we'll go to the class list, and then we're going to toggle an open class. All right. I think that's all the JavaScript we're going to need. And now we could select the select the menu, the button, and when it has an open class, what we'll do is we'll take our first span, and we will move it down towards the center, which we know is 18 pixels. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. So this obviously isn't going to work because we're not just doing transform. We also want the transition on the span. All right. So we probably don't need the transition on the menu. So we got the transition. Now we want it to shrink. And this is how we do that. This was one of the things I learned when I did this. So we could take the width and make it 0. You know it was at 100% before. And you can see how it shrinks. But because we have the left, here we have so we have left 0, right? it's going to be updating what happened here. Oh, okay. You can see that it's shrinking, but it's shrinking to the left. We want it to shrink to the center. So to have it meet in the center, we could do left 50%. Boom. Awesome. And we'll do this same but opposite, kind of, for the last one. So instead of top, we'll do bottom. Now, boom, both of them are going straight to the center. Great. The last thing we have to do is now rotate these ones in the center. So I will select the second one, and we will do a transform, rotate 45 degrees. Beautiful. And then we will take the third one and we'll rotate it minus 45 degrees. Boom. And that is how you do the micro interaction. You can probably make this a little nicer looking. We could do outline none, so you don't get that blue around. Although consult your accessibility requirements for that one. That is questionable fix. But that is how you do the micro interaction. And I thought it was really fun. And if you like videos like this and you want to see more videos and more complete tutorials, go ahead and comment down below. If you have a better way of doing this, please post links or tips in the comments. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your day.